Aloha and welcome to the Murph's Place 808 for the Love of Golf podcast. I am your host, Murph. What is going on, people? I hope you guys have had a good week. It's been kind of hectic over here this past week. I'm sure you guys have heard about the wildfires going on here on the Big Island and also over on Maui, with Maui getting the worst of the brunt of this storm. And we'll talk more about that in a second, but I hope everybody else is having a good week. I hope you guys are getting to play some golf. Man, my game is in a state of disaster right now. And what I mean by that is I sent my putter off to get repaired. I think I told you guys last time that I broke it at the Big Island Amateur. And I'm not Big Island Amateur, I'm sorry, the U.S. Senior Amateur Qualifier. And I put the Scotty Cameron in the bag to use in this meantime while my club is getting repaired. And it's been nothing but a disaster. I played, I tried to practice today and played a little bit, and I had three putts. I do not feel comfortable at all putting with this blade. After playing with my Spider for 3 years, I'm just not comfortable. I have no confidence in that putter or in my putting abilities with it. But anyhow, just got to keep plugging away, and hopefully, supposedly it's going to take 2 weeks to get my putter back. So hopefully it gets back in before the next tournament comes up, which we'll get to here in just a second. But Beach Boys Golf, I'm not part of the group anymore. I mean, I'm still part of the group. I'll always be a Beach Boy. I'm just not being able to play with them since I'm over here on this island and they're on Oahu. But this Monday, they'll be playing Eva Beach at 8:30 a.m. So like I've said in the past, if you guys are interested in playing with them, it's a good group of guys. You can go out and play with them. You can go to the beachboysgolfclub.org website, and you can send them a message, let them know you're coming, or if you have questions about joining. But I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background, that whistling noise, or that sounds like a bird. It's not a bird. It is a frog. And it's so weird because it is nighttime. And when I first heard these frogs, I thought they were birds. I'm like, why are there birds out this late at night? It's a frog, and it's in the trees also. So if you hear that in the background, I apologize, but I have the door open and catching a little nice cool breeze in here tonight. Anyhow, yeah, so Beach Boys, if you guys are interested in joining, you can contact them on the website and let them know that you're interested in coming out. You don't have to join up right away. You can tell them you want to come out and play around just to see if you like it or not, if it's going to work for you. It's a good group of guys. So give it a try if you'd like. They play on every Monday, just about every Monday, unless it's a holiday. Even on holidays they play. I shouldn't say that. On holidays they play, unless it's like Christmas or something. I don't think we played in the past on Christmas, but yeah, give them a contact if you want to try to play on Mondays with them. Some bad news. Shep, he started up the APT Tour, Amateur Players Tour, on Oahu. It's a kind of a national tour like Golf Channel Am Tour, which now is known as the U.S. Am Tour. He started it up this past year, and unfortunately, it's just not getting the numbers to sustain the tour, and so he's going to be shutting that tour down. I feel bad for him. He's a good guy, and he just not enough guys to play. And it's a shame because he's put a lot of hard work, a lot of time, and a lot of his own money into this tour to try to get it started, and it didn't come to fruition. So Shep's going to be shutting that down, unfortunately, but on to bigger and better things for him. Another buddy of ours, and he's been on the podcast before, Dan Messner, they started up another group on Saturdays called STB, which STB stands for Shank It, Bank It, or Tank It. Or Shank It, Tank It, or Bank It. And they play, it's a skins and greenies game. They provide a gin handicap. It's $30 to join, and that basically covers the handicap. And then they play skins and greenies. And it's kind of a cool concept. I didn't like it, but they do a ball drop so that you play with other people. You're not just playing with the same guys all the time. They mix it up, so they just drop balls, and the same number of balls play with each other. I wasn't a fan of it. I mean, that's fine that they do it that way. I'm not a fan of it because I like to play with guys that I know are going to gamble all the time. So But yeah, if you're interested in joining that, they do have a Facebook page, STB. You can go to that and try to contact Dan to see about joining up with that group and playing on Saturdays. I don't think they play every single Saturday, but he posts it when they do play, and they'll put you in the group chat. So that is STB, and that's being run by Dan Messner. Hawaii State Golf Association tournaments. We just had the U.S. Mid-Amateur Qualifier, and it was played at Mililani Golf Club on Oahu. And Blank Vinson from Texas, he was the qualifier, and he shot an even par 70. He also got into a playoff. A guy from Japan, Blake, birdied the first hole to win the playoff, or birdied the first playoff hole to win, shooting a 70. So if you guys remember Joe P., the infamous belt holder that nobody could beat, Joe P. did play in it. He shot 3 over, so he unfortunately did not qualify or make an alternate. And our other buddy, Jesse Rhymes, who won it last year and played in the U.S. Mid-Amateur Championship, he played and shot. He was 4 over. So good playing, though, for Joe and Jesse, 3 and 4 over at the qualifier. Next up for the Hawaii State Golf Association is the Kauai Amateur. That's going to be August 25th through 27th, and it's played at Wailua Country Golf Club. And I will be going and attending that tournament to try to get some more points. I moved down the list from 4th to 6th in the last tournament because I did not play very well, and the other guys ahead of me played well. The Maui Open was going to be played the first weekend of September. I'm sure you guys have heard what has been going on in Maui and here on the Big Island. We didn't get it as bad as Maui got it. There were a few fires over here. The one that was close to me here at Kohala Ranch is down the road, it was no any danger coming this way. The wind's blowing that way from my place down to that way towards Kohala Ranch. So I was never in any danger or jeopardy up here where I'm at, but I haven't seen or heard if any houses were lost. I know that the maintenance shed at Mauna Kea burnt down with all their equipment in it. And so a shout out to the guys from Nanea and Hualalai golf courses. Their maintenance people have been helping out with Mauna Kea. So a shout out to those guys for helping out and helping them get stuff back in order. So the Maui Open's been canceled. It's not going to be played as rightly as it should not be. You know, we should not be going over there and taking up their resources when they need the stuff. The people that lost their homes in Lahaina. Lahaina, it was horrible. It looked like a war zone. You know, I used to, every year we go over for the Maui Invitational Basketball Tournament, and my buddy Ski and I, and seeing those pictures, it just broke my heart what that town was reduced to. It's crazy. And the people that lost their lives, it's up in the 90s, I believe now, and they're still searching places. I mean, they still have flare-ups, and they're still trying to get it under control, and I just feel so bad for those people. And by the way, if anybody's interested, you can donate to hawaiicommunityfoundation.org if anybody's interested in donating. And they're asking that you do not donate any more clothing. They have a lot of clothing, but they need other things like, non-perishable food items and protein stuff and water and stuff like that. They don't need any more clothing. They have a lot of clothing, or you can donate money. And there's a lot of celebrities that have bought land over there in the past, and they're helping out. Oprah Winfrey, Don Nelson used to be the coach for the Bucks. He has a place there. He's helping out. He has rental properties. He's letting people stay there for free. And so yeah, it's a bad situation over there. So our thoughts and prayers go out with everybody on Maui. So there's no Maui Open this year, as rightly we should not be there playing. The next tournament is going to be the Mayor's Cup, September 9th and 10th over on Oahu at Alawai. And I'm kind of disappointed. I didn't realize that the registration was out so soon. And apparently on the first day, there's like 104. I mean, when I signed up, I was on the wait list. which I made a phone call complaining because I don't know if Keith's listened to this, but I called the other day and in the background I heard Keith go, Mark Murphy. And so he saw my name must have popped up on their phone. And so I asked her to let me talk to Keith. And I was like, hey, how is it that the defending champion in the senior flight is on the wait list? That should be an automatic bid in if I'm the defending champion. And so he said, yeah, there's a lot of guys on the wait list. So I may not even get to play in it. We'll see. But that's going to be September 9th and 10th at Alawai. Other than that, let's take a short break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. PGA news. Last tournament, this past weekend, we had the FedEx St. Jude Championship in Memphis, Tennessee, played at TPC Southwind. Lucas Glover, 15 under, shot 15 under. Patrick Cantlay also shot 15 under. So they go into a one-hole playoff. And Lucas Glover wins the playoff hole. Patrick Cantlay hits his drive in the water. And so Lucas ended up winning the tournament. This is his second win in a row. He won last week. He won this week. And the guy has taken home a little over $4 million in the last 2 weeks. Not a bad payday at all. What do you guys think? You think he's got a chance to win the third one? I mean, to win 3 in a row? He's playing again this coming week. This coming week, you know, they got the well, before I get to that, they Rory and Rory McIlroy and Tommy Fleetwood finished one shot back at 14 under behind those two guys. But this next tournament is the BMW Championship being played at Olympia Fields Country Club in Illinois. Now, Lucas Glover is set to go off at 5:10 a.m. That's Hawaii time, obviously. So you add 6 hours to that. So 11 o'clock. He's 11:10. He goes off. Can he make it 3 in a row? I mean, this guy right now is on fire. And the next question I have for you, does he deserve to be on the U.S. Ryder Cup team? He thinks he should be. His story is amazing. The guy had the yips really bad for years. And he's only won 4 times on the PGA Tour out of all the years he's played, and I can't remember how many but it's been a lot. And 2 of those happened in the last 2 weeks. And so apparently he got his putting yips under control. And I guess he had help from a former U.S. Navy SEAL. And I don't know exactly what he did, if it was a mental thing or if it was a physical thing. I want to seem to think that it's more of a mental thing. And we've talked about this in the past. The golf game is so mental. I mean, you know, it messed me up the last tournament I played because I was so worried about the other 2 guys, what they were doing instead of just playing my ball, playing golf, worrying about me, worrying about the next shot instead of worrying about what they were doing. So I've said it in the past and I'll continue to say it. Golf is a mental game, more mental than physical. There's a lot of things you have to block out. There's a lot of things you got to keep under control to end up winning tournaments. So we'll see. I don't know. It would be cool if he wins. I mean, if he wins the BMW this coming week, I don't think you can keep him off the Ryder Cup team. I think that he has to go on. But you guys let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Either shoot me a text or shoot me an email. murphsplace808@gmail.com, and let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think he belongs on the Ryder Cup team, or if, also let me know if you think he's going to win next week. I'll put that up as a poll on the Spotify site. If you think he has a chance of winning this week, what do you think he's going to do? Korn Ferry Tour. We had the Pinnacle Bank Championship played at the club at Indian Creek in Oklahoma, Nebraska this past weekend. Alejandro Tosti shot 19 under. He won by 3 shots over John Vanderlaan and Max Grazerman. They both shot 16 under. Our boy Jared Sawada, we got the Jared Sawada watch going on. He was not in the field. So next up is the Magnet Championship being played in New Jersey. I did not see Jared's name in the field in the list that's on there. So, I do not believe he's playing. But we'll see. And obviously Brent did not qualify to get into the playoffs on the PGA Tour, so he's not there. We do need to get a hold of him and talk to him and find out what is going on as far what's the situation looking like for next year. Is he going to retain his tour card? Does he have to go back to the Korn Ferry Tour? But I need to get him on the line and get him and find out what's going on. And maybe I'll try to do that this coming week so we can have him on the podcast for next week. All right, let's take another short break, and we'll be right back. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Do you have the best music taste out of all your friends and coworkers? The best way to prove it is to stay ahead of all the amazing upcoming talent. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. There's some artists out of Ohio that you should definitely be aware of. Dicasso, D-C-A-S-S-O, yes, like Picasso, just released a new music video for his song Going Back. This rapper turned singer has an upcoming album this year full of beautiful ballads, R&B slow jams, and hard-hitting rap records. Head to www.smartboystudios.com as soon as you're done listening to this episode of Murph's Place to watch the music video. While you're there, check out the phenomenal C-Money Baby, the Songbird, Corey Gossett, and all the top-tier talent that the Smart Boy production team are working with, such as Eamon Jones, July, 10 Tempo, TYS Markey, D Knight, and much, much more. If you or someone you know needs quality production, mixing, or mastering, just head to the website www.smartboystudios.com and fill out the contact form. You can support Smart Boy Studios by going to shop.smartboystudios.com to buy merch or linktree.com/smartboystudios to check out the Discord server, new releases, and merch. All right, welcome back, everybody. Yeah, so the situation on Maui, I mean, I was working today and in the pro shop, and I had a couple of visitors from the Netherlands here, and they were telling me how they were originally supposed to be on Maui, but they changed their plans and came to the Big Island, and then they're going to be here for a couple of more days. Then they're going to go to Kauai and then over to Oahu. So, I'm just asking everybody not to go to Maui. If you are planning on coming to Hawaii, go to one of the other islands, but don't go to Maui. There's no sense in using up their resources for the people that need it over there. There's a lot of people that are displaced from their homes, and we just don't need to be over there. So I just ask everybody to pray for them and keep them in your prayers, and hopefully that, they'll get through this, they'll rebuild. And it kind of makes me sick that I saw there's a couple of posts on social media that, these realty companies are calling and trying to buy people's land, and that's ridiculous. That is so, I mean, they haven't even finished searching the area yet for people. And you got these vultures already, trying to snatch up the land. I mean, and they're not going to sell. Those people are just wasting their time. The locals are not going to sell that property to them. So it's going to take a while to rebuild it, but they'll get it done. They will get it done. So I just ask everybody, please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you for listening to the podcast. If you guys have any questions or comments, please shoot me an email at merceplace808@gmail.com, or you can leave me a message on the Spotify site. The podcast is heard everywhere. I really appreciate your guys' time and your loyalty and sticking with the podcast, even though there was a big delay or a big gap. I apologize for that again, for those of you that didn't hear me last time. There was a lot of stuff going on, a move to the other island and everything. So I just really appreciate all of you guys. But if you have any questions or comments or topics you want me to discuss, please shoot me an email, merceplace808@gmail.com. And I hope everybody is staying safe. I hope everybody has a great week. And if you're playing golf Hit them straight, hit them long, but don't hit them very often. Aloha, everybody.